Hi everybody, this is Osprey from mychartcoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at volatility. Alright, so first up we're going to look at the volatility index futures, and so this is ticker symbol VIX, and so the huge day today did close up 28%, nearly 29%. It was up 41% at one point during the trading day, so yeah, this was a giant move. As you can see, RSI is back above 50, so it's back in the bull zone. You have Fasto back above 50, a bullish crossover on ADX with plus DI crossing over minus DI. Today there was a PSAR bull flip, a parabolic SAR, the green dots flip below the candles. There was a break above the 200-day simple moving average, the middle Bollinger Band, right here at the $14 resistance zone, the red and dotted purple line. So if those levels turn into support, a new uptrend could begin. Now it is also breaking above the descending resistance line in this falling wedge pattern. You can see this is descending support, descending resistance, and so it's broke above that red resistance line, and it's currently hitting the 50 and 100-day simple moving averages. You can see they didn't let it close above that level. It was above that level intraday, and then they pulled it back. So tomorrow it's going to be, in this week, it's going to be all about trading above 1707, above that 50-day simple moving average. It's all about breaking, it closed, at 1702 today, just below that level. It's just all about turning that into support. If it can, then it could keep pushing higher. If that level turns into resistance and you see it trading below 17 tomorrow, I know it was down in futures trading tonight, it's going to be all about turning $14 into support, that middle Bollinger Band, and starting a new uptrend. This is the first close above the middle Bollinger Band since back here on April the 10th, and so it closed right at that level on the 11th. So closing above that for the first time in multiple weeks is signaling the possible start of a new uptrend. It will have to hold that level to get a new uptrend going. Okay, if you look at VXX here, this is closed up 12% today. Big move above 50 on RSI. Fasto's above 80. You've got a bullish crossover here on ADX with plus DI crossing over minus DI. And so today there was a bullish close above the middle Bollinger Band and above the 200-day simple moving average. Okay, so if this 37 to 38.50 level turns into support, that would be bullish. It's hitting the 100-day simple moving average, the gold line. It hit that level and pulled back at 39.49. So if you see it break above 39.50 tomorrow, the next target will be this 50-day simple moving average resistance zone up here around 42. It's at 42.19. If 38.50 turns into resistance, it really needs to hold that middle Bollinger Band. It's the first close above the middle Bollinger Band since back here in April, and so that's a signal that this could be getting a new uptrend going. Since it's been trading below for multiple weeks in a row, you have to take notice when there's finally a close above. Volume was not huge, but it was a spike. It was the largest volume day since March, so that is bullish as well. And then you also have the MACD bullish crossovers. So yeah, so it's just all about breaking resistance to get a new uptrend going. If you look at the 15-minute chart, you can see here that it is trading above all the moving averages. You have the 50, 100, 200, and 300 simple moving averages. It's currently above the middle Bollinger Band. That's the key level to hold. As long as it stays above 37.89, this uptrend's intact. If it drops below that level, that's where you could see it pull back, and you could see a correction. So keep an eye on that level tomorrow at the open. The downside risk is you have the 50 simple moving average way down here at 35.73 and the lower Bollinger Band at 36.27. So that would be a healthy drop if that middle Bollinger Band did turn into resistance. It bounced off of EMA 13, the orange line, at 38.27, and so if it breaks below that, that'll be another red flag. It's below EMA's 4 and 8. It has to get back above 38.67 to get that uptrend pushing higher again, and then you have the high close up here right around what is that, maybe 39.30 39.40 or so. It's going to need to make a new high close on the 15-minute chart to keep pushing higher. Okay, let's look at UVXY. Okay, this had a big day today, closed up 18%. RSI, it needs to bust through 50 to get moving. Fasto's still at 74, so not at the 80 overbought power zone yet. You've got the bullish crossover here where the green line's crossing the red line to the upside. And so there was also a close above the middle Bollinger Band today. For UVXY, the 1264 is the key level to hold. As long as it stays above that middle Bollinger Band, a new uptrend could begin. The last close above the middle Bollinger Band was back here on the 11th of April. So you know, all these candles close below that level since there was a close below here on the 12th of April. So this is a bullish change in trend. You know, is it going to get a new uptrend going, or is it going to you know, pull back below? It's going to be all about turning that level into support. There's a PSAR bull flip. You know, you could see some action like over here in January when it got above after trading below. It took a few days before it started pushing again. Who knows? We'll just have to see how it plays out. But if that middle Bollinger Band holds, a new uptrend could begin. Check out the bullish crossover on the 12, 26, and 9 MACD today. So that's a signal, another signal of possible uptrend starting. There was already a bullish crossover on the 8, 13, and 5. And then, you know, like I said, you have the PSAR bull flip as well. So everything's heating up. It just has to follow through. Okay, now let's look at UVXY on the 15-minute chart. You can see it had the really strong push as well. Notice how the first candle of the day got it above the blue line. That's the 300 simple moving average. That was the top moving average on this chart. And then it just began writing EMA 4 and then EMA 8 when it was tested support higher. You could see that both levels held all the way to the last two candles of the day where it closed below EMAs 4 and 8. It needs to get back above that 1333 level. It needs to break 1370. If it starts forming candles above 1370, that would be very bullish. Now to the downside, if you see it drop below $13, that would be a red flag. You know, you have the lower Bollinger Band down here at 1217 and the 50 simple moving average way down here at 1191. So you could get a steep pullback if that 13 level failed to hold. Okay, let's look at TVIX. Closed up 22% today. That was a big move. Congrats everybody. RSI is at 47, so it needs to get above 50 for the chart to really heat up. Fasto's at 65, so it is in the bull zone right now. There was a nice close above the middle Bollinger Band, currently at 572. That's the big level to hold. If it can stay above 572, it'd be really bullish. And then what you're looking for is a run up here to the 50 and 100-day simple moving averages at 758 to 741. If it dropped below 572, then that's a signal it's not ready to go. The last close above the middle Bollinger Band was way back here on April the 11th. You could see on the 12th it closed below. All these candles are below the middle Bollinger Band, you know, signaling, you know, downside risk. So it's only a good play if it can stay above that level from here. You know, if it gets below, then that would signal more consolidation. Notice there was a nice volume spike today. So you had good volume. You know, the best volume since April, and yeah, it's going to be all about breaking through, you know, holding resistance and then or holding support and then breaking through. You know, you've got this 6 level here. It filled this little gap, and you know, getting through 6 resistance. PSAR bull flip last week, and then you could see the green dots had flipped below the candles. That was a signal the chart was heating up, and then you had the MACD bull crosses on both time frames. So all signals the chart is heating up. It just has to turn that middle Bollinger Band into support. It did have the bull cross on 80X. When the green line crosses the red line to the upside after trading after being below, that's a signal the bulls are taking control. And then just to show you here for UVXY to the upside, what it needs to do is break this 100-day simple moving average at 1490. That will be the next target. And then just above that is the 50-day simple moving average at 1559. You could see that was the top of the last bounce. That would be the key levels to break to make a run up to that 200-day simple moving average at 1716. So those are, I didn't mention the upside targets before. And so now if you look at TVIX on the 15-minute chart, you can see here it has a nice strong uptrend going. It held EMA 13 currently at 586, and so it needs to hold that level. If it dropped below, the middle Bollinger Band at 577 will be on deck. If that level were to break, then once again, it could get that big drop all the way down here to 534 to 522. That's where the moving average support levels are, the moving average support levels. So that's, the downside risk if this uptrend fails to be maintained tomorrow. You can see that it has a nice break above that 300 simple moving average at the open. That signal the stock was in play, and that volatility was running. And so you can see also there was really big volume. They pulled it back on strong volume as well, but the chart did remain bullish. Like I said, volatility is down in futures trading, and so it's just going to be all about maintaining the uptrends on the 15-minute chart to keep the good times going. And then for the daily charts, they have to turn that middle Bollinger Band into support. If they close below, that'll signal that they're not ready to go. Okay? Thanks for viewing this video. Come check out the chat. I'll post the link below the video. Thank you.